We on, bro.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first off, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to apostles and elders of Grand Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the brothers scattered throughout the four corners, keeping His word in truth and sincerity. I'm Yaquab with the Gmsdallas camp. I got the brother Maka'ala. I got the brother Mathak, Masafad, and Vanaya. So we just pretty much gonna go into prophecy. Because we see the times that we in. We understand even the people that you don't really think know anything. They seeing that they feeling something's going on, or something's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But then you do have those people that think that once this pandemic is over, that everything's gonna go back to normal. But that's not the case, because the Lord has been showing us signs. Hey, we got that red and blue moon coming up soon. That's another sign that the Lord's coming back. Yeah, it's gonna on the 31st, I think. If you want to start Revelation,
That's Halloween?
yeah.
Man, right.
Why?
And what? Revelation 18.
This is Revelation chapter 18, starting at the top at verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Yeah, man, that's talking about America. Because here in America, it's like the most vile, disgusting place. It's become the most vile and disgusting place to live in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of wickedness running around, adultery. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of witchcraft. Yep. You know what I'm saying? People plotting against each other, scheming over each other, lying, killing, murdering for money, for women. Food not yet. But that's the kind of place America is, man. It's become the habitation of devils and every unclean bird. Right? Go ahead.
Con, verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yeah, man. So all these other nations have been dealing with America. You know what I'm saying? They took a part of everything that made America great. You know what I'm saying? So they've all drunken of that wine. They all took part of it. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Yeah, man. So they were all in it, man. America got rich through the backs of the so-called Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Through that free labor. You know what I'm saying? And all these other nations had dealings with that too. Selling amongst each other, becoming rich off America as well.
Yep.
Right? Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Yeah, man. They have become waxing rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So these other nations that drank that same out of that same cup took a part with America. They also became very wealthy.
They make products and sell them over here too.
Yeah.
America, a lot of them selling products over here.
Yeah, man. So even right now, let's say you have a store like this one, maybe. Well, no, like Walmart. Let's say the toys there, but the majority of them say made in China. So how it works, they'll pretty much buy in bulk. For example, let's say 5,000 of that product, that toy, for like 50 cents a piece, and then they'll bring it over here to America, sell it for $25, $30. That's a 200 return in their investment. So they're making good money out of they've all made money off of themselves. You know what I'm saying? They've all took a part of that. What's the word? Of that way of handling things. I guess it's a bad way to say it, right? Go ahead, keep going.
Con, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues.
Yeah, man, and this is gonna happen literally. You know, you had another scripture that says something similar, but that's the but this one right here is talking about like that we literally gonna come out of this place physically. You know what I'm saying? The last scripture, I forget where it's at, but it talks about, it says the same thing, but that's talking about spiritually removing yourself from this place, like the brother Bonspot said, man, from that witchcraft, from all that evil, wicked vibrations that this place gives out, returning to the ways of the Lord, that real baptism, coming back to the Lord with a good, sincere conscience. You know, that's what that other scripture was talking about. This one is talking about the Lord is literally gonna physically take us out of this place. You know? Go ahead.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities.
Yeah, man, and that's America, man. Esau, the Edomites, who are in power today. Her sins, America. As a matter of fact, we can get there in Isaiah 47. That always links up with that. You know what I'm saying? Her sins have raised up unto heaven, man. Yeah, you can start to talk.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Yeah, man, that's America, man. That virgin daughter of Babylon. You know? What was that talking about, the Chaldeans?
Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Yeah, man. So that does represent that confusion. And if you know anything about the Chaldeans, you'll know that they really dealt heavily with witchcraft. All those foul manners, man. I saw a post today on Instagram that they looked like some like 4 lesbian dykes or something, or whatever they are now. They call themselves nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And they said, what did it say? Pro-abortion witches. On the sign, it said pro-abortion witches. They were pretty much saying like we're pro-abortion and we're witches. You know, so that's the Chaldeans, man. Did it say daughter of the Chaldeans? Yeah, daughter of the Chaldeans, man. America is brought back and inherited all of those things from these ancient worlds. Okay, go ahead.
If I can add real quick, and just to back the priest up, man. When you look around America, you know, on every other corner you got a CVS or Walgreens. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it's Walgreens that's had that cauldron, right? That witch's cauldron. You know, that you know, go back to that witchcraft. And when you look into the programming, the TV, you know, you got Walt Disney. You know, do you believe in magic? You know what I'm saying? It's all about witches of Waverly Place. You know, just some of the different Bewitched, the different what is the one with the three Charmed. Yeah, Charmed, and all these different movies, and that, you know, they're all about witchcraft, man. You know, so this place is based on that. And Hollywood goes back to the holly tree. You know what I'm saying? All these 3 things are you know, goes into America and how they're those modern day Chaldeans, man. I just want to add that. That's weird.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then we do have Halloween coming up too. You know what I'm saying? So that all that evil spiritual or witchcraft that these people be putting out is real heavy on. And then you got the red blood, the blood moon and the blue moon coming in that same day, which is another sign of the Lord, man. That's not a good sign. You know, it's nothing. You know, it's a beautiful thing to look at, but it's like it should for the men of the Lord. It should let you know that, man, the Lord is giving us another sign that He's about to come back soon. You know, because when in your lifetime, or when in your lifetime have you heard of or seen so many red moons coming in?
Right.
In the last few years. You know? Go ahead.
Take the millstone and grind the mill. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, man. Make bare the leg, man. The shame of America. Everything that America is and these Edomites have been doing, man, is being uncovered. And and it's gonna be fully uncovered, and these people are gonna really see how wicked this man is.
Right.
In this country, man, that nation of people, you know, because they here today, man. The Edomites are ruling here today. They ruling the whole goddamn, but the whole, the whole damn planet, man. They there, man. How many other nations do you see that have embassies in almost every prominent nation, man? You know, it's America. You got an embassy in almost every goddamn where, man. You know, so
like over 182 countries.
Yeah, over 182 countries, man. Why? You know, because they always open everybody's business.
Right.
My man.
God. Oh, well, I heard on see what he's in.
Yeah, somebody else want to get in.
Yeah, I just heard. Well, got poop too.
Yeah, you know, because man, America sticks their nose. Man, I saw. It was a funny picture I saw a few years back, but it was a dude holding a pan. He was cooking something, and then I think on the top it said, "Damn, there's so much oil in here." And then they see like a little picture of a helicopter with an American flag with a little dude jumping down. You know, it's pretty much implying that they were going to take that pan over because of all the oil or whatever. But you see, America does those things, man.
Right.
When it came to lithium, you know what I'm saying? Where was that at? In Libya?
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah.
They had something in Congo. I forget another place. They went to a lot of these places, and by colonization, stripped those places of their natural resources.
Right.
You know, in other places they set up these proxy wars. A beautiful example of that, contemporarily speaking, is what happened in Venezuela. They tried to set up a staged revolution and put a puppet president in there, man. You see? So these guys have never stopped at, you know what I'm saying, pillaging and robbing.
Right.
Via deceit. That witchcraft that we're talking about.
Bro, it says, I'm sorry, it's 307 U.S. embassies and consulates and diplomats around the world, bro. 307 of them.
God damn, yeah, there was.
And niggas way up is all across the world. Tentacles, like an octopus, they're all over the planet. Right.
Yeah, bro, if it was possible, Esau would be chilling in Mariana Trench. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, living conditions out there make it real hard. So, as a matter of fact, he has been down there just to see what's the dealio, you know what I'm saying? What y'all doing down here, you know? But anyways,
Habakkuk 2 and 4, meaning 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah, man, his desire is like hell, man. He, read that first part again, talk about that he is read again.
Habakkuk 2 and 5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Yeah, neither keepeth at home, man. That's like Proverbs the 4th chapter, man. His sleep is not taken away unless he has done mischief, man. So he's got to be just fucking with somebody.
Right.
Animals. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I saw a video of a monkey was strapped, his legs were strapped like this, but his hands were strapped too. And they were pretty much hurting it just to see how much pain it could take, or what would happen to him. Or what is his pain tolerance or something like that, yeah.
Remember they gave that octopus ecstasy?
Yeah.
Why would you do some shit like that?
Wow.
Yeah. They literally gave an octopus ecstasy just to see what would happen. Like, why would you do some shit like that? That's off the chain, like, nigga, that's in the ocean. Like, you don't give an octopus some... Like, that's wild. But that goes beautifully with Habakkuk. He give his neighbor strong drink so he can look upon his nakedness, man. That hermetic spirit, that nasty, perverse spirit, man, bro.
Yeah, man, that's Esau, man. They bombed the moon for just as, like you said, man, just to see what happened.
Oh God, that shit's important, man.
Yeah, like what if you?
You know that controls tides, right? You wonder why these hurricanes, things of that nature happen when you're blowing up the moon.
Right. Damn.
He's trying to cut Israel off, man.
Right.
You can say, talk about those, long as those, ornaments. Yeah, ordinances, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Israel gonna be forever. That nigga trying to blow up the moon. Yeah, China talking about they're gonna make an artificial sun. You know?
Yeah, man. But Esau, man, his manner of wickedness just has no bounds, man. That what is that? That collider? What is it called? The over there, I think it's
collider.
With the CERN thing?
Oh, okay, yeah. You know, they try. Oh man, I remember the brother from San Angelo was telling me about it. He's pretty much saying that it goes. He pretty much goes. He told me it was a long time ago, but I'm just gonna give you a rough breakdown of what he told me. So pretty much what Esau is trying to do is he's trying to tap into that spiritual realm. You know, through them Hadron Collider. Yeah, you're right. It was Hadron Collider. You know what I'm saying? So he's pretty much trying to tap into atoms to see if he can break or tap into him somehow to where he has access to that realm. You know, so that's why they come out with these movies like The Mist and what's another one?
Hey, the cartoon Spider-Man. Hey, what's my man's name? It was like a young Jake playing Spider-Man. Miles. And that damn big dude with that big ass. Huh?
Miles Morales?
You know what I'm saying? But the guy, he had a big collider trying to bring his wife back. Because she had died and shit. He had a big ass collider in the basement, like underground and shit. Going to the third or fourth dimension, man. Right on the Spider-Man cartoon, bro.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
remember a
check it
couple of months ago, actually, they actually opened up a portal, and the one side wrote a technical.
Yup.
Y'all remember that?
Yup.
Wow.
Yup.
Man.
Just like what's that? That was ancient Babylon.
Right.
Just like ancient Babylon, time is up.
Right.
This place, time is up, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. That's why that scriptures talking about them beasts. You know what I'm saying? That people or those animals that people have never seen before. They're gonna come out in that time.
Right.
That them poltergeists, them ghosts, them spirits, man. Esau's been fucking with them things so long, man. In those times, the Lord is gonna allow him to really open them things, man.
About to pay everybody up physics, like.
Yeah, you're right, man. You got that movie, The Mist, Cloverfield, Cabin in the Woods, and all those movies. Esau was trying to tap into that. Those monsters came out because he was messing with those things. You know, they don't put their movies out there for no reason. They know. Right? You got any more on that, Habakkuk?
It says, Habakkuk 2:5, it says, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah, man, he is as death, man. Everything he touches is it just dies, man. He doesn't know. He only knows how to deal with things on the left-hand side, man. When it comes to power, electricity, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the earth, with the water, with animals, with people, the air, everything is dying, man. He enlarges his desire as health and is like death. Because he is death, man.
Right.
Everything he touches dies. You know what I'm saying? You deal with electricity the wrong way, man. You'll die. You'll be put to death, man.
Right.
There's no safe way. Well, Esau got his safety stuff and everything, but at the end of the day, if you deal with it wrong, or if the Lord allows something to happen to you, you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Esau doesn't think of things of how to deal with when it comes to energy and things like that on the right-hand side.
Right.
First, because the Lord don't give it to him, but and second, because he don't want to. You know, concrete, man. Shit hurt. 2 years ago, my knees were all right, but now it's like every time I bend down, you can hear both of them pop loud as hell. If I lay on them too long, they start hurting.
Good job.
Yeah.
Boots. You know
Boots,
what I'm saying? Then to make a penny, you got a slave, man, working 13, 14 hours, man. Just to get above the $900 mark, and then pay the bills, and then hopefully have $200 left over. You see, so he's treating everybody as slaves, man. Also as an unrighteous slave owner, because there's certain laws that you're supposed to abide by. Now you supposed to treat your slave as yourself. You see, if the Esau had that mindset, he would be allowing people to live in total hell, right? Slum dogs, slaving them out, right? Allowing all types of lewdness to flourish here, right? He wouldn't allow that because he'd be a righteous king. But what do we see going on? All types of iniquity, all types of confusion. And that's why we know this place is Babylon the Great, right? The daughter of Babylon, man. We just read that in Isaiah the 47th chapter, right? Sit in the dust, daughter of Babylon, which is who? The Edomites.
That's right.
And this place is nothing but confusion, man. Every day, me the brothers, we walked up today, we were like, hey man, every day you gotta fight a demon. Some type of different demon. It comes in different shades, colors. You know? That's the true Burger King right there. Have it your way. What demon you want today? A lust? You know, dang on. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's too much, man.
Yeah, you're right,
It's
brother.
too much.
Yeah, that's a good observation. Yeah.
You know? So this place has to be destroyed so our souls can be at rest.
That's right. That's right. If I can add real quick too about what the brother just brought out in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, man. Just going into that death and hell. Death and hell is synonymous with these Edomites, man. You know what I'm saying? They're the representation of that. When you read in Revelation the 6th chapter, that pale horse, the rider is death, and hell followeth. You know what I'm saying? That's that condition that he bring, those conditions that he bring in the earth. Right. That's what it's talking about when you read in Revelation the 20th chapter, and death and hell will cast into the lake of fire, man. That's this devil in this current system that's oppressing and killing Jake, man, 24/7, all day, every day, man. Yeah. You know. So I just wanted to add that death and hell, man, it's those conditions that we're under right now, man. Yeah. You know?
Yep. That's right. You got more on that?
Oh, no.
Okay, can you go, which one we're reading? Isaiah 47?
Yeah,
Let's go back to that one and then we'll go back.
I thought somebody else had read it, but I got you. It's like I thought God bless you, y'all had your 47. You see Isaiah 47 or
Isaiah 47.
It's like I got you, brother.
Yeah, you know, because
I'm there, bro.
You got it? Okay, good.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. What you stop at?
I guess you can start that verse 2.
Okay, this is Isaiah, back in Isaiah chapter 47. I'll start at verse 2. Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, man, the Lord is coming back, man, and he's going to lay vengeance on this place. Hey, man, we revealing that the nakedness of Esau, man, of America. We're telling you all the things that he's doing. Our brothers before I even came in was telling you what was going to happen, and we seeing it happening today. Right. That chip is real close. Like the elder was going into in the main camp over there. You know, they're going to use a means to distribute this vaccination, but they're going to have to develop a system for people to take it, to be able to keep track of all these millions and millions of people in the United States. And then what is that going to do? That's going to help bring in the chip too, man. Or I'm sorry, that's how they're going to bring in the chip, through that means of being able to see who gets vaccinated, who doesn't, or what are these people doing? What is that guy doing? You know what I'm saying? Because with that, as a matter of fact, we'll actually just keep going before I go off track.
This is verse 4. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of armies is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Yeah, man, the Lord is the host of armies, is the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, man. You think that it's just the Lord sitting up there with the 24 elders like it says in Revelation? No, man, the elders got a whole... You think if Esau can think of coming up with a military and ranks and everything, where do you think he got it from?
Right.
Where did that idea come from?
Mm-hmm. Right.
The
Lord's not the author of confusion.
Right.
Yeah, man, the Lord's got his own army, man. He's got his commanders, you know, he's got his army, he's got Michael, he's got Yahushua, Michael, he's got his archangels, and so on, going on down, man. So if the Lord is out there waiting for that, to lay that vengeance, how is he going to do it? Because the king sits on the throne, man. The the Lord is going to execute that order, and He's going to use His army to come down and make that judgment manifest through them. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5, sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Yeah, man, thou shalt no longer be called the Lady of Kingdoms, man. Because right now, America is seen as that main superpower on the planet Earth. You know, you do got Russia, you got China, but everybody's looking at America. You know?
The dollar is the standard of the world. They got to follow what the devil say for now. You know?
Yeah, man, that's why everybody's trying to pull away. Hey, but that goes into the let the weak say I am strong. Somebody want to get that? What is that? Joel
3.
Okay, Joel 3. You know what I'm saying? So there's gonna come a time, man, where everybody. Well, as a matter of fact, we're gonna go into that. You know, it's gonna get into that. So while you get that, keep going on this one.
Okay, this is back in Isaiah 47 and verse 6. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yeah, man. So out of all the wickedness Esau's been committing, not only is he destroying the planet Earth, but he also touched the Lord's people, man. Of course, so that said the Lord that allow it because of our arrogance, rebelliousness, our stiff-necked people that we are, hard-headed, you know, for going off and going and worshiping other idols. So the Lord allowed us to go into that captivity, like He says in the 4th chapter. Not to see us die, or because He had pleasure in destroying us, or because He likes seeing people die. You know what I'm saying? Because we went off. You know what I'm saying? But hey, what does it say there, man? Thou hast very laid the yoke on the. Thou hast very heavily laid the yoke. You know what I'm saying? So. Sorry, you want to say? Yeah, you know. So Esau went the extra mile with it. You know, he went too far. So now he's gonna have to pay for that too, man. Oh yeah, he took it there, right? Keep going on that one.
Verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Hey, the verse before you just read, where it said the Lady of Kingdoms. Can somebody look up that word lady? In the Hebrew?
Isaiah 47.
No, look up the primitive root word.
Lady of Kingdom. Verse 5.
Yeah, look up the primitive root word.
Primitive root word.
There's something in there I want to point out. But go ahead, keep going on that next verse.
Verse 8. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Yeah, man, thou that dwellest carelessly, that livest in pleasure. Who else is doing that, man? We're in a so-called pandemic where everybody's still chilling. Ain't got no worries. You got wars out there in these other countries, man. People, countries collapsing, economies collapsing, people starving. No way it means to get food or feed their children. But over here in America, man, they all chilling, they good. And they don't, and in their minds, they really don't think that this place can be touched like that. That's why it says that thou that dwellest carelessly, that dwellest with pleasure, in their self-pleasure, man. But what did it say? It said that she shall not know the loss of children or widowhood, right? So in her mind, it's like, man, I am, and who else is beside me? You know, that proud, arrogant. Who else is that, man? Who else is it? That's Donald Trump. That's Edomite. That's an Edomite.
Right. Oh yeah.
Jeff, like.
Keep going on that one. Did you find it? Read the next verse.
This is Isaiah 47 and 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Yeah, man. So what did the Lord say, man? These things are going to happen. You know, you said, that I am and there's none else beside me, I shall not know the loss of children or widowhood, right? Can you get that word?
Well, for lady,
Yeah, lady.
it says to give strength, to confirm a covenant, to show oneself mighty, to act proudly, is the primitive, which is a strong definition. A primitive root to be strong, by implication to prevail, exceed, firm, to be great, be mighty, prevail, to put more, to more, strengthen, to be stronger, to be valiant.
There was another one that you had.
That's all it has.
Okay, that one.
To act proudly towards God.
Yeah, man, to act proudly towards God, man. So when it said the Lady of Kingdoms, right after it said, I am and there is none else beside. As a matter of fact, read that again.
This is Isaiah 47 and verse 8. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Yeah, man, I am and none. As a matter of fact, get that in Isaiah the 14th chapter. I shall be like the Most High. You know what I'm saying? While you're getting that, yeah, read that part again.
It says to act proudly toward God. The word lady in Isaiah 47 and 5.
Yeah, man, to act proudly towards God, man. So how proud is that?
Because it said I am.
Yeah. Pretty much say, hey,
None
man.
beside me. Right.
What word is that?
What?
You know?
Lady.
Lady.
Isaiah 47, yeah. Lady. The Lady of
man.
Kingdoms. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
God of justice.
So Esau, the Lord has put a delusion over. I think it's called what Esau in his psychology would call delusions of grandeur, which means somebody really believes in their mind that they're a god. You know, they the one. You know, they up there. You know what I'm saying? So that's Esau right there, man. Who else? They don't have to say it. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to say I am God.
They got a proud look on their face. You can look at it, anybody look at the pride they have on them.
They say it by all the educational institutions, whether it be secondary school, which is 12 to K, you know what I'm saying? The colleges, you know what I'm saying? They push the doctrine of Darwinism. They push the doctrine of eugenics, you know what I'm saying, in an indirect way. They push, that there is no God, but it's all about survival of the fittest. And according to that doctrine, shoot, they number one, because they killed everybody, man. So they have set themselves up as if they're God.
Right.
Yeah, man. Did you get that in Isaiah 14?
Isaiah 14 and 13, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon on the mounts of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High.
That's the same person, man.
Yep.
That's the same nation. It's the same energy that they giving. They giving out, man. If not, then who is he? Where's he at? Because it said he was going to come over here, and he was going to be here at the end of the world, man. Right? Second Ezra is the 6th chapter. You know, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So where is Esau, man? If Esau is the end, who can it be right now? Who is it? Where, I mean, the signs is there. Like the brother made that example, man. Like they don't have to say I'm God. That's me. I'm that guy. I'm Esau. What's up? They showing it indirectly, man.
Right.
They're telling you indirectly. You know, and the prophets of the Lord have identified it, man. Right?
I got one real quick one. This is just to back up what the brother just spoke out. The second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Man. You know? So who is that, man? You know, you got a freaking picture and statues and all kind of stuff of this so-called white man, and they named him Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So he's sitting in the temple of the Most High, you know, showing himself that he is the Most High. You know,
Right.
Come on, man. That's what that's going into. That image, you know. That's and everybody. That's why the whole earth it fears the so-called self-proclaimed white man, because they have portrayed themselves as the people, man, of the Lord, man.
Like I said, they showing themselves as a God, so-called God-like image.
Right.
Man, that's crazy.
Reminds me of that statue in Del Rio, that big ass statue, Brazil,
Yeah,
over there
right.
with that
Supposed to
big
be on that mountain.
man
Yeah.
sitting up just over everything with his, but it's the image of a so-called white man,
Right. Man, got a spell over those people, man.
Man,
With the Israelites.
come.
Which one? Isaiah 47?
I'm still on 45.
You got more on that? I think there's a lot more, right?
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, you keep going.
All right, verse 15, it says, Isaiah 14 and 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and that did shake kingdoms?
Yeah, that's not talking about the spiritual, spirit Satan. It's talking about it said a man,
Right.
a real physical man. So who is that, man? It's the same person that said right here that said, I am and none else beside me. I
Right.
shall not know the loss of children or widowhood. But then in that next verse, it says, well, you will know the loss of children and widowhood, right? As a matter of fact, hold that and go back to that verse.
It's Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
Yeah, man, they shall come in one day. Like we're gonna read in Revelation 18, man. All those things are gonna happen within an hour. You know what I'm saying? You took hundreds of you took thousands, hundreds, thousands, of years to build your empire. And the Lord's gonna show you how minuscule it is, how easy it is for Him just to get rid of you like that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Oh, daughter of the Chaldeans, that's them. They're here back. They're back here today, man.
Right.
As well as these other all these ancient rulerships had their own kind of theme going. All those things are back here today in America. Go back to Isaiah 14.
Back in Isaiah 14, in verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoner, of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house.
Right, okay, hold that one. Go up back to where you left in Revelation 18.
Revelations 18, I think I read 5, I'll read again. Revelations 18 and verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she had filled to her double.
Yeah, man, so she shall know the loss of children and widowhood, man. For all like we read in Isaiah 47, for all the multitudes of her wickedness and her sorceries and her enchantments, dealing with the nation of Israel, how they dealt with us,